Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Those of you who are here live and those of you who will watch this later as a recording, I am so thrilled that you're here. I'm so grateful that you were led here. And I actually want to start just before anything else with just a little tuning in. I realized that's how I begin everything. And for some reason, I wasn't starting my Facebook Lives with that. And my soul really was reminding me of that. So just bringing our hands, palms together in front of our heart. And just breathing in, and we welcome our beautiful soul. We know that she is always with us. And I just ask the energy of unconditional love. I call on all of the guardian angels and spiritual teachers and guides of everyone who shows up live today and anyone who watches the recording. And of course, welcoming Father, Mother, God, Creator, Spirit, Source, Goddess, whatever you call that beautiful energy to be here blessing this space, this gathering. I ask to call anybody who is meant to receive these teachings today, that they be here open to receive them. And we begin. All right, so, and Jill and Lorenza, so nice to see you. So my name is Lisa Espinosa. If you've never connected with me, I'm so excited to connect with you. I'm a spiritual career coach, and my focus is helping you to evolve your career, your life's work, to evolve how you share your light by tuning into your soul. And last week, I mentioned how in April, the theme is rebirth, right? Creation, resurrection. And how that often means that we have to really be present to whatever may be in the way of us rising up and resurrecting and blooming more boldly. And really being in the way, that sounds so negative. It's really the journey, right? So like whatever poison, quote unquote, whatever poison you are right now in the midst of transmuting, of healing, that's not a problem. It may seem like a problem, and I understand, because I know when I'm in the midst, and I am in the midst of that. Hey, Katie, and Lisa, and Kelly, I think was there too. But I know when I'm in the midst of transmuting a poison, it feels like a problem, right? It can feel like, I just need to get through this so I can get to the light and be happy and joyful and share my gifts. But what I want to remind us, is that going through the poison, transmuting that into the nectar, into the light, is what expands our medicine, is what allows us to be this beautiful healing presence in the world. And today, what I really want to talk about, last time I talked about grief and the importance of processing grief. And today, I really want to talk about self-love and the importance of loving ourselves through these initiations, through these painful times, through the doubt, through the fear, the importance of learning, remembering how to resource our own selves, how to meet all of that with deep compassion, because that is really what the world needs, right? For us to show up and be this model, this beacon of light of someone who isn't perfect, because I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. In truth, we are perfect, but yes, here on the earth plane, we have burdens, we have things that we're going through. But what a gift it is to the world to show up, not just authentic, but show up and to model our ability to meet our pain, to meet what we judge about ourselves, to turn that, instead of judgment, to meet it with compassion and meet it with love. And it is one of the hardest things to do. It is so much easier to meet other people with compassion. But I want to say that our ability to meet other people with compassion, to meet the world with compassion, is really limited if we can't meet ourselves with compassion. So I really invite you And thank you, Stephanie. I know she just commented on the orchid. I love orchids, and this was a gift from beautiful Craig for Valentine's Day. But really want to invite you in this moment to ask yourself, what poison are you transmuting? And I quote unquote poison, right? Because I really want you to understand that there's this nectar, this beauty in there. But what is the poison that you are standing in right now and that your soul is guiding you to transmute, not just for yourself, but for the collective, for the world, for the women in your lineage, the men in your lineage, but just for the world? Like all of us who are drawn to this work, you probably understand, and if you don't, I'm here to remind you that we're doing this work not just for ourselves, that every initiation we walk through, everything that we are going through is transmuting it for the collective, for the world. That's part of what we signed up for. And I want to talk a little, just mentioning the word priestess is, you probably all know my second book, Birthing the Priestess Within, which I will be talking a lot about more and more. But I just want to give you this definition of what a priestess means to me. A priestess is someone, you don't have to call yourself a priestess, you don't have to look different, although you might, and that's totally okay. But a priestess has committed to channeling unconditional love to herself, first and foremost. That is hard. That is really, really hard. That is a practice that you do every day. And then as you do that, as you channel unconditional love to yourself, absolutely you vow to be a channel for unconditional love for the world. That's at its core what a priestess is in my definition, what I'm initiating, what I'm being initiated into, what my second book is about. So in this moment, and I'm going to use the word priestess for all of you, and if that word doesn't resonate, use your own word. Use, light worker, healer. Hey, Jessica. Light worker, healer, medicine woman, wellness professional, coach, whatever your label is. But I am using priestess as in you are here. If you're here watching this video, if you're watching it as a recording, you are here to channel unconditional love to yourself and to the world. So in this moment, what are you transmuting? What are you? And for me, I have to say right now, and gosh, have I been on this journey forever, but I am just really being called to stand in this place of self-love, of loving myself through my anxiety and fears that are coming up as I put myself out there in the world more openly, as I share about this second book, as I share more deeply intimate personal stories. There's so much fear and anxiety that's coming up for me, and it's so easy, especially for those of us who have so many tools, right? Who are so reflective and insightful and have been on this journey for a long time. It's so easy to notice the fear and the anxiety and right away try to be positive. Okay, how do I get rid of it? Let me use my tools. And I have 100 tools, right? Reiki and angels and oracle cards, and I have my coaches that I work with, and there's so many tools that I can use, my oracle cards, my crystals. But, and I am not saying those are wrong, absolutely use them and you will learn more. And I'm excited to share more with you about that. And the muscle that we build in allowing ourselves to sit and be with the discomfort. And that sometimes, I'll be really transparent. Yesterday and today, I've had this anxiety that is not connected to any one thing. It's just this, and I've had this for most of my life. And it's not every day and it's not all the time, but it's certain days in the month and where it just comes like this cloud over me. And this morning when I felt it, I was like, I just had this frustration and it was like, okay, what can I do? I can work out, I can exercise, I can all these things. And as I tuned in, and this is what I want to guide you to do. As I tuned in and asked my soul and asked what I'm calling Sophia right now, because this is a whole other topic, but I'm rereading the Sophia code. And Sophia is just the name for Father, Mother, God, Creator, Goddess, whatever you want to call it. So as I connected to that energy, I really felt her in this moment. It felt like the female face of God, inviting me to just be to let myself feel the anxiety and to really love myself through that. To like, instead of wanting to rush through it or even just distract myself through it. And I distract myself with really positive things. It's not, I'm not doing quote unquote negative things. I'm doing really positive things. But it was like, what if I don't distract myself? And I really just allow myself to be with it and to love myself and be really kind to myself. And I realize that's my initiation right now, that my initiation is like, can I love myself through these anxieties or worries or little storms that happen sometimes, during the day, or sometimes a couple of times a month, or whatever it is. So, and as I do that, and it's a practice, like I really, took a walk before our Facebook Live because there's so many other things I wanted to teach, and I was like, I don't want to talk about self-love. Oh my gosh, everybody talks about it. But it was really like, no, this is like a deep practice to sit with whatever you're judging. Notice that you're judging it. Have compassion for the part that's judging it. And really call on your soul's nectar of self-love. Your soul, remember this. Your soul, your higher self, your divine self is unconditionally loving. You have this inside of you. So it's always available. And I was really guided to read just a really little part of my book, Answering Your Inner Calling. And this is I have practice 2 is called Naming and Embracing Your Fears. And we're all pretty good at naming. I think most people that I work with that are drawn to my work are really good at naming the fears. Embracing, that's a whole other thing. And it's a practice I keep practicing. All right. So, and I talk about here, if you follow my work, that I teach about, I do a lot of work with loving our parts, right? Loving those parts of us that are hurting, that are sad, and those parts that are anxious, and those parts that are judging other people, that are judging ourselves, those parts that are not quote unquote pretty, right? The parts that we're like, can I just fix that part? That's the part we're meant to really love. And guess what? Those parts might stay with us this whole lifetime. So it's just like loving them. So I write in this section in practice 2 under the exercise of embracing. And I say the truth is that your soul is always embracing your parts. Remember, your soul is always with you. There truly isn't distance between you that needs to be traveled. So that's really important, right? That's really, first of all, you don't need to travel far or do some fancy thing to connect with your soul. It's always there. And Lisa asks a great question. Is there a way or tool to not feel like you can be swallowed whole when you're sitting with the darkness? Yes. Absolutely. And I think this will help, but I'll talk about that. And yet in the course of your spiritual journey, your awareness of your soul and your openness to its love does shift. So I talk about this soul blending. That's the exercise, Lisa. This exercise, I'm talking about soul blending, begins with a soul blending ritual that will open you up to your soul's unconditional love so you can send it to your parts. This unconditional love from your soul is something that will never be denied you. It is your birthright. So how do we not get swallowed up by the darkness? And I so understand it. And I want to honor that, Lisa, because I know for me, there are times when the darkness, the storm is so loud, has been so big that I can't, how do I say this? I need to acknowledge that. So acknowledging there are parts of me that in this moment are scared that if I stop, that if I don't distract myself, that if I don't numb myself through TV or drinking or overeating or whatever, or helping somebody else or overworking or rescuing someone, that are afraid that if I sit with that darkness, I'm going to drown. And that's the first step, to just say, I really have that fear. I have that fear. And I had that fear this morning. And I was like, if I sit with this anxiety, I'm afraid that I'm going to be paralyzed and everything's going to be distorted and I'm not going to be able to take action. So that was the first step. And then to really call on my soul and say, beautiful soul, please, send your unconditional love on this darkness. And when I say sit with the darkness, I want to be clear. I don't mean analyze it, sit there and process it over and over and over. There's a place for that. But in the moment when you're feeling the darkness, if you can just acknowledge, I see it, I'm scared that I will drown in it. Beautiful soul, beautiful Sophia, Mother, Father, God, whatever you call that. Bring me your blessing, bring me your space, your nectar, so that I can sit with this as much as I can in this moment and be compassionate with yourself. Even a moment of that is powerful. You work that muscle. I've been working on this for years. So initially it might just be acknowledging I'm really scared to do that. And that's enough. And then every time you have the courage just to say that, to ask your soul to fill you with that nectar of love, your ability, you will expand. And that's what embodying your soul is, that you start to, your ability to carry your soul's unconditional love expands so that you can be in that darkness and not drown. So I hope that helps. It's just like that moment. And the meditation that we're going to do today that I'm going to guide you on is about that, is about blending with your soul and starting to embody more and more that energy. Because as you do that, you're going to be this vessel of nectar for yourself, your cup. And I heard this from this wonderful teacher who channeled the Sophia code, right? Kaira, who said, that talking about Kuan Yin, the chapter on Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin, this beautiful ascended master who was here to help us with compassion, that her initiation to have compassion for herself and her wounding that happened to her when she was on the earth plane, that she learned to have so much compassion for herself that her cup was so full. Her cup was so full of self-love, so full of compassion for herself, that it was effortless for that compassion to just flow out to other people. And that's what we're learning, to have our cup be so full that we can turn inward to ourselves and fill ourselves up so much that we are just emanating this love for the world. And so I think like this is what we are being initiated to, yes. And I love, Lisa's reply. Wow, I love this question. And Lisa's answer, yeah, send your unconditional love, your blessing, your light, your nectar to this darkness. Absolutely. Just have the courage to say that prayer. Just have the presence to ask that. So I want to begin our ritual, our ceremony here, because even though I was talking about resourcing ourselves, it is essential that we come together as sisters, as brothers in this journey and hold space for each other. And also, I want you to know this, that all of you who are watching this live and watching the recording, our soul and beautiful divine Sophia, God, Goddess, our ability to receive is expanded when we do this together. That's what I'm trying to say. So doing these journeys together allows us to receive so much more for ourselves, for each other, for the collective, for the world. So let's get started. So wherever you are, and I'm guided to remind you to watch the recording of this again. It's powerful to do these journeys over and over. So closing your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. Taking some nice deep breaths. And as you breathe, use your breath to bring your presence into this moment. Use your breath to bring your focus and attention to whatever poison, whatever darkness you're being called to transmute. And remember, we're doing this together So in this moment, your ability to be with that darkness with love and compassion and light is expanded. And first, taking a moment, all of us, to connect with our womb. And if you are a man watching this, or non-binary individual, whatever gender or no gender you identify, please know that everyone has a womb space. So connecting with your womb space, right around your pelvis. Expand that energy from your womb down your legs into the earth so deeply. Feeling these beautiful roots of light going down your legs, out the bottoms of your feet, deep into the earth. See our roots connecting with each other so that we create this beautiful network, this beautiful anchor to support each other, to really receive our soul's unconditional love and have it transmute and bring miracles and blessings to our life. And breathe in that energy of those roots up the bottoms of your feet, up your legs, up into your pelvis, up the back of your spine, up to the crown of your head. You are so held by Mother Earth, so blessed by her, and you are such a blessing to her as well. Bringing your awareness to your beautiful heart. Your beautiful heart, the entryway to your soul. Your beautiful heart that holds that nectar of unconditional love. Even if your heart feels heavy or broken or tender or tired or congested, know that underneath all of that, there is a fountain, a well, a nectar of unconditional love. Nothing can take that away. It is your birthright. It is who you are. And in this moment, as we are in this circle, ask your beautiful soul, imagine her, him, that light that is your soul, to stand. Imagine it is standing before you, in front of your heart. Lift your heart to your soul and see your soul in front of you, shining its light on your heart, lifting off whatever poison, block, wound, lie, memory, illusion that you have that is blocking you, your ability from receiving this unconditional love. You can even imagine that your soul takes her beautiful hands and is lifting off from your heart, lifting off this burden, this lie, this wound, this poison. As you start to feel that nectar of unconditional love. And if you don't feel it, that is okay. Know that it is there. And I want you to see that through your mind's eye. See in your heart this nectar, like this beautiful honey, this nectar that is unconditional love that is starting to pour out of your heart. And maybe it's a slow drip in this moment, and that is okay. Or maybe it's gushing out because it's been ready to just explode out, and it's coming into your cells, into your body. It is filling you up. Let yourself say yes. Just say, yes, I am willing to be blessed by my own nectar of unconditional love. It is my birthright. I claim it now in this moment. And just let that love ooze out of you into every cell, every cell, every cell, every cell of your body receiving this. And I declare in this moment, we set a program that throughout your day, throughout the rest of this day, the rest of this week, the rest of this month, the rest of this year, the rest of your life, this portal, this doorway to the nectar of your unconditional love shall forever stay open. And every time you remember to ask for it, that opening will increase. Your ability to hold it will increase. And bringing your hands to your heart, touching that nectar of unconditional love. Feel that nectar infusing your hands so that you carry this love in your hands. Whatever you touch, your own body, other people, even whatever you just hover your hands over, carry this unconditional love. And now I invite you in your hands to hold whatever poison you're working on in this moment. Or maybe it's a project, something that feels challenging, that you have fear around. And imagine it is in your hands and you are embracing it in your hands with that nectar of unconditional love. Just let it be infused, blessed with this unconditional love. And then just release it to spirit, to love. Coming back to your body, your womb space, your roots. See your beautiful soul bowing to you for your courage. Your soul knows how difficult this earthly life can be. So she bows to you with so much honor and respect, and we bow to our soul as well. And we bow to each other here. We bow to everybody who will ever watch this recording. And we close this ceremony, this space, with a namaste. Namaste, everyone. Stretching. As you stretch, feel how your body has expanded. Hello, Mary Lou. I'm going to burn some Palo Santo as you stretch, as you let yourself feel your aura expanded. And I want you to remember, don't put pressure on yourself now that, oh, I have to feel really good now. You have been blessed by your own nectar of unconditional love. And, part of that process, some sadness might come up, some other emotions might come up. Don't make that mean that it didn't work. It just means, oh, there it is. I'm just meeting it with love, right? All right, my dears. Namaste, Katie and Lorenza. So a couple of things. One, next Monday, I'm on spring break, so I will not be doing a Facebook Live. I will be thinking of you. And I really invite you to use next Monday to still gather and come together with your soul and receive from her. And of course, receive at other times, but if Monday at 10 is a sacred time for you, honor it. Honor it still. The other thing is, if you want to schedule a private session with me, if your soul is guiding you to do that, don't hesitate. I have several openings in May. Go to my website, lisaespinosa.net. Go to the Start Here page. Answer the simple questions I have there and schedule a free breakthrough session. I also want to say, I want to pull 2 cards as well, but May 3rd, the lovely retreat at the center, which boy am I so being prepared for. And May, the month of the mother, right? Mothering yourself, connecting with the Divine Mother, who I have right here. And I am going to be sending a newsletter about it with some announcements about the retreat and how the Divine Mother is guiding me to gift you with that. So please, Friday, May 3rd, if you're have the courage to say yes, if your soul is guiding you to come into stillness with yourself, with nature, with other beautiful souls, it is a nurturing event. You're not going to be put on the spot. I didn't realize, I had someone tell me like, oh, that they wanted to go. They'd never gone to a retreat or one of my retreats, but thought she wasn't ready. And I was like, you're so ready. You're ready now. It's not like PhD program, right? It's like you are on the PhD program already. This is for you to fill yourself up and receive what you need to receive and commit and say, yes, this is the time, this is the year where I'm going to say yes even more, commit to myself. So I have a gift that might make it easier for you to say yes. So I'll be sending that. So, and of course, please follow me on Facebook so you know all the events. I have Thursday, a meditation at Souter World. I have at the end of this month another Soul Flow for the Healer that fills up fast. Sign up if you want to do that. It's such a lovely, lovely gathering in class. And I'll be talking more about birthing the priestess within. I have so many things. I'm just being called to just overflow with sharing, and I would love for you to be part of it. So Kyle Gray, Keepers of the Light. I can't stop getting cards from this deck, so I'm going to ask, what Keeper of the Light is with you, beautiful women, beautiful light keepers, beautiful men, beautiful individuals? All right, not surprising. Green Tara, beautiful Kuan Yin sister here. Supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation. Trust. Green Tara, there she is. And in this card, it says also something like, release your fear of persecution. I mean, gosh, do we have that, right? So, and Green Tara also, there's so many Taras. There's white Taras. There's like 21 different emanations of the Tara. Green Tara, she's also like the ascended master that comes to help us take action, right? She's sitting in lotus with her right leg. I think it's her right leg. Well, you can't see my legs, but her right leg is out. So it's like she's in this like, okay, here I am tuning into my soul and I'm taking action, right? So I love Green Tara. So Om Tare Tutare Ture Sohan. Her mantra is so powerful. Look it up if you're guided to. So we got Green Tara. Yay. You are supremely protected. So whatever your soul's been guiding you to do, and you're like, no, I'm not ready, I'm not sure. Green Tara saying, yep, you are. Go for it. All right. And Gateway Oracle by beautiful Denise Lynn. What's the message for you from this one? Perfect. Hearing messages from Spirit. I am a clear channel for messages from Spirit. You're a channel. Spirit is talking to you directly and is talking to other people through you. That's the thing too, right? Through you. You're channeling it. It's not coming from you, from your personality or ego self. It's coming through you, through your divine self. And those messages can be written, can be verbal, can be energy. You're just sending love out. Can be a smile, can be a touch. There we go. All right, lovelies. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'm trusting it's all in divine. Which deck is that? Somebody is asking. Gateway Oracle. Wait, I don't know if you meant which deck for which one, but these are the decks I used for today. All right, beautiful women. If you are in Chicago, enjoy spring that's finally here. I'm so excited. So bye everyone. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to keep connecting with you, and please spread the word. Let people know to show up here if this is where they're being led. All right, bye everyone. See ya. Not able to leave. Okay.